Render Lake. This is the view of the rest area. Yeah, Render Lake. For those of you that don't know, going southbound on 57, there is an actual cul-de-sac that is back here. Hey, there's the unit. There's the Lusa Blue. There's a cul-de-sac sitting back here you can pull up to. That's part of the rest area. There's another car that's sitting way down there. But yet, that cul-de-sac goes around and comes right back out. And comes out right next to the outhouse area. The little rest area. But yeah. So, Render Lake. This is a nice little rest stop to stop at. It is off the traffic. Of course, the traffic out there is on concrete, so therefore you can hear it somewhat. But there is plenty of shade back here to get out of the vehicle and go stand underneath the shade tree, whatever you wish to do. I'm Tex Nolan, DTN Living Life. I don't know if the sound is getting muffled by the breeze or not, but I'm trying to keep it from being that way. But yeah, the thing of it is that I'm en route to Memphis, Tennessee. The answer is yes. That's the unit I'm taking. Dawn is back at the Elkhart, enjoying her day. It was supposed to be only a 2-day trip, 2.5 day maybe trip to Elkhart to Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Indiana. Memphis, Tennessee. Boy, do I screw up things. In either case, paperwork said Monday to Saturday deliveries, 8 to 3:30. So it was not a bad scenario. Picked up yesterday morning, headed out, planning on doing 450 miles, but did not succeed at that. Tried calling the place, got a dial tone on the phone number, which meant that there was a fax machine on the other side, and looked up the phone number, tried calling them, and did not get a hold of them off the first phone call. So I went ahead and picked up the unit and headed out. After getting 200 miles, I finally was able to get through to somebody, and yes, I only tried 2 more times. One of those times I had to hang up myself because I hit redial while I was en route, and the traffic noise and all that good stuff, I couldn't hear the person, so I had to hang up. But then I got pulled over and stopped at a pilot and made the call, which is the way it should be. But yet, in either case, if you got hands free, you use hands free. But the thing was that made the call, and when I was able to talk to someone, found out they don't have Saturday deliveries. They double checked and triple checked to see if I could do it anyway, and she said nope, there won't be anybody there. Which I don't blame them. I mean, if you don't schedule Saturday deliveries, then you don't have Saturday deliveries. But that brings up my issue. Okay, on the paperwork it says Monday through Saturday. Who do I blame for this? Well, I'm going to make a lot of people mad because I blame the subcontractor transporters. You transporters that make a delivery and complain because the paperwork's not right, you're the one at fault for not writing it on the paperwork. You're the one at fault for not seeing through to make sure it gets changed. You're the one at fault for not going through and doing the due process to make things easier for the next person. I got a bee flying around me, a little baby bee, but he was still flying around. So on my ranting here and on my transporters at fault, transporters are the problem, okay, rant here, happens to be is that if you did write on the paperwork, hey, I've been here and they said their delivery was this, and you signed that documentation, putting that notation on the paperwork, and you didn't say something to your dispatcher hey, dispatch, paperwork's incorrect. Make sure this gets corrected. Then you're at fault. Yeah, I called my dispatcher up the minute I found out that I couldn't make a Saturday delivery, and I'm sitting on a unit until Monday morning because now I'm only 400 miles away from delivery, and yet I can do 400 miles in a day and make that delivery, but no. And this was yesterday at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So hence, I could have still drove another 4 hours, 5 hours for my standard of driving up until 7 or 8 o'clock at night, if it's daylight, of course. And yeah, because we only drive during daylight. That's how me and Dawn work it. We don't drive at dark at any time. So hence, daylight hours, I could have still drove. Unit wasn't picked up until close to noon. But in either case, we had plenty of time. We could have done this. But unfortunately, I went ahead and just stayed there at that pilot and waited till this morning. And then I left late this morning. And now I'm here at Render Lake. Beautiful scenery, beautiful sight. And I'm going to stop at another place. I'm only going to do 250 miles today, and I'll probably do the other 200 tomorrow, equaling up 450 miles what I had left. So hence, that's the reason why this is done this way. Because I can't do anything till Monday morning, and which really blew my weekend because I planned on being back at home, back at the cottage, home, cottage, whatever way you want to call it. No, by actually this evening. I was going to make delivery this morning as much as possible and then just drive right on back. I would have been able to do it. No big deal. But no, can't do that. I'd been off Sunday and Monday. No, because we got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. But now I'm going to have to make my delivery on Monday and drive back, make sure I get back in time for Tuesday morning, which you guys know I can do that anyway. But point happens to be is that it is up to us to make sure that we've done everything possible for the next person. Okay? And for all you people out there that are right now saying, screw the next person, what about me? Okay? I know that there's several people that always respond to Papal, I can't think of his name now. But you guys know who I'm talking about on his Christianity, on his scope to get as many people thinking Christianity and going religious and so forth. And the first thing it has in reference to religion happens to be grace. Grace is for the next person. So let's think about this. If you're not living life for the next person, then you're not living Christianity. Oh boy, am I going to start an argument there. Okay? Because there's nothing in the Bible that says you're not here for the next person. You're here as a shepherd to take care of God's green earth and provide for others. I'm leaving a pause right there because I know there's a lot of people out there going to fight with me about it. Go for it. Okay? For those of you that do know me, know I don't talk religion that often. So there's my digress onto religion and where I go with it. And yes, I'm a firm believer in whatever you can do for the next person, that is the key. So hence, make this ground green, provide for the next, and make life easy. It will become easier for you. You don't understand how easy it is for yourself if you're always living for someone else to make it easy for them. It becomes real easy for you. It's the way God works. All right. Do the paperwork. I know I've had, like Alvarado, Texas. Since I've been here, it has had the wrong people's name on it and everything. I have turned it in 2 or 3 times. Me and my wife have delivered to a location and found out the phone number was incorrect. I changed it on mine, and I had the person change it on hers too. And the gentleman or somebody inside the office made a comment and said, "Hey, why you got to change it on both? You already changed it on one." No. Here's how it works. Majority wins. If you have 25 people and 15 of you don't do anything and 10 of you do, the majority is what's going to be seen. Believe me, we already know Trump lost the first race because of the majority. Don't know where that majority came from because he was winning throughout the entire thing, and in the last 4 hours he lost by majority. Don't know. Once again, I'm digressing, but you understand the concept. Majority wins. So if everyone was to do this, it would start getting the point across. Fix this. We can blame Horizon when everyone does it. If not everyone's doing it, we can't blame Horizon. We can only blame ourselves. That's us who looks, that's us who looks inside of a mirror every morning or every evening or every afternoon, or in that rear view mirror that you change to check your eyes to make sure you're seeing correctly. Okay? That person's at fault. Yes, you're the one at fault. If you're a transporter and you're not fixing the paperwork, when you put your signature on it, you're at fault. Because you put your signature on it saying everything was correct. And it's not. And you found out it wasn't correct. And if you didn't find out, then maybe you should be. Okay? It's your task. You're supposed to look at everything on that paperwork. And it does say on 99% of those pieces of paper, it says call ahead. And if you didn't try calling ahead and you didn't find out there was a wrong number, you're at fault. No matter whether or not you called or not. If the paperwork said call ahead and you didn't call, you're at fault. Everybody's wanting to know who's at fault. Look in the mirror. You're at fault. It is human to make error. It is also human to find error. As I have said also in the past, it is human to sin. It is human to repent. There's my rant. There's my issue. Do the paperwork. Do it correctly. Do what you're supposed to do. You're being hired as a subcontractor to do these tasks. You choose not to do them, you're at fault. And yes, I'm ranting. I'm ranting big time because this is one of the things that I have a pet peeve about, people not doing paperwork. And yes, me coming from a IT background, paperwork is the biggest thing to help. So, hence, do the paperwork. And the bugs are getting around me now. I've been here long enough. All right. Once again, Render Lake. Beautiful scenery. You can park here overnight. You can park anywhere on this loop overnight. Gives you a beautiful scenery. Yes, you can't hear the traffic that heavy, so therefore it would be a great spot to crash, sleep. I bet you those trees are close enough together. I'm referring to some of those trees there. You might be able to stretch a hammock in between them and take a nap during the daytime, and nobody's going to say a word to you. Just don't do it while they're out here cutting grass. But yes, there is Render Lake. Oh, wait a minute, I got to fix the zoom capability. And zoom back out here. There we go. I'm Tex Nolan. Peace, love, and jelly beans, people. Don't forget to hit the like button, dislike, like again, and subscribe. And I'm going to go back to playing my game Ingress for a moment and continue on. Ingress Prime, if you look it up, you'll see it's a game you can play across America. It just gives you a chance to get out and do some walking. No, work off this fat belly I've got. No, any case, get some cardio in. All right. Peace, love, and jelly beans. Be safe out there.